Hi, it's Jane here from craftwithjane.co.uk, and today I'm bringing you my cute little Pansy Patch gift bag. So it's really cute little bag. I've used the In Good Taste designer series paper here, which I love because it makes a fantastic sort of backdrop for things. And then I've used the Pansy Patch, the Pansy paper, which is called Pansy Petal designer series paper, which is just here. I've got a little bit left over. I think this is retiring in the annual catalogue, so I'm just using up my last pieces. I think this is my last full sheet just here. So it's a lovely designer series paper. And I've used the Pansy Patch stamp set, and I've used this sentiment here, wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you, which I think is a fabulous little sentiment. And I've used the dies in here. So these dies here actually cut out some of the pansies from the designer series paper, which is what I have done to create this. So, and I just love the effect of the falling pansies just here. I just think it looks really super cute. This is a magnetic clothes box or bag, sorry, and it's a very good size one as well. So that's there, and I will show you how to make this. So this is the designer series paper that I'm going to be using for my gift bag. It's from In Good Taste. It's actually the same as the one that I've done on the example for you. It measures 11 inches by 7.5. I'm also using a Pansy Petal designer series paper here, which is, this is the remnants of what I've got left over from my pack. This is also retiring. So if you do, and so is the In Good Taste, if you do actually like these and want to purchase them and you don't already have a demonstrator, please follow the links below because they are retiring. They will sell out quickly. So this is 11 inches by 7.5, and I'll put the measurements, the metric measurements in my blog, so follow the links below for that. And I am going to score the short side at 2.5 inches. This is going to form the base of the box. Just here, 2.5 inches. And then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to score it at 1 inch. Sorry. So where the score line is just here, I'm going to put towards the top. I'm going to score it at 1 inch. And then just to the first score line, which is just here, I'm going to score it at 3.5 inches. I'm going to score it at 6 inches, and I'm going to score it at 8.5 inches. So that's just to this first score line. So now I'm going to burnish the ones that we took all the way. So you'll be able to turn it over and see that we burnished this one, the full length, and we burnished, sorry, this one, the full length. So they're the only ones I can actually burnish now. So we scored full length here and full length there. So I'm going to take off this bottom corner just here. So I'll just get my scissors out. And just following the score lines, I'm just going to take that in there. And I'm going to take a little bit off here as well. And then I'm going to trim up this score line just here. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to cut up these score lines. And these are going to form the base of the box. Okay. And then I'm going to put some tear and tape just along here, and I will be securing that then. So I'm going to put it in 2 places on here just to make sure I get a good connection. You can use glue for this, you can use Stampin' Seal, anything you want. I just sometimes, depending on what mood I'm in, I choose a particular glue type. It doesn't really make a difference. Okay. Right, so you don't actually have a score line, so you're going to have to make sure you try your best to get this as straight as you possibly can. And you're going to need to catch it at the top, maybe. I think I'll do it this way actually. So you kind of want to catch it just at the top, can you see? And at the bottom just there. So you're catching it as straight as you possibly can, and there's no overhang. And that is sort of where you're at. Now you need to just round it and you need to do your bottom. So I would like that to become the back. So this piece just here, I'm going to round the corners. So this again is one of my favourite tools, is this corner rounder, and I do believe that it will no longer be for sale, so grab it quick guys if you like a corner rounder. There we go. Okay, so that is the basics. So I've done that, and that helps me to work out exactly where my last piece is going to be. So I'm going to put my liquid glue on. I'm keeping the base of the box pieces whole, so it allows a little bit more stability. So I put that first piece down. Now I'm going to put some more of the glue just here, and I'll pop this down as well. And hopefully this is going to give my box some structure at the bottom. Also helps me to line it up to make sure that I'm keeping the base of the box as a nice square. And then lastly, I put this final piece down. And I'm going to press down firmly, and this is creating that nice box structure at the bottom. So I'm just going to make sure I press it down until it really picks up, and then I'll turn it over and press my bone folder in. There we go. I'm going to use my bone folder now to make sure all of the pieces are down and that the glue sticks. Lovely, and turn it back over. And that's great. So I'm going to allow that a minute to dry. So now I'm going to work out exactly where the back of my box is, and I'm going to pinch this together so it's equal, keeping it equal. And I'm along this line here, and I'm just going to pinch these top two corners just like that. And while I'm working on this, I'm going to peg these two corners so it kind of forces the shape to hold for me so that I can do my other pieces. I've actually got one clip, so I'm going to hold it in the center, and it'll just help to hold that shape uniform, because there's no sides to the box, because it is a shape that I'd like to keep quite fluid. By doing this, I am basically sort of teaching it that I want it to stay in this shape for me, which follows suit with the shape that I've gained here. So I'll put that to one side, and I'll just show you what I've done next to decorate. So I've used the doilies, the vellum doilies, which come in square vellum doilies, and they come in a pack of 24, and I know that these are discounted. If you do want them, please do jump on and grab them. So I've used the doily just here as a decorative piece, and I'm going to use it in purple because the pansies I'm going to use are purple pansies for this project. So I've got a makeup brush here. We do actually sell these brushes, so if you are interested, they are the proper crafting ones, but I haven't ordered mine yet, but I will be. So for now I'm going to use an old makeup brush, and I've got my Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to ink up the brush, and then I'm going to hold this, and I'm just going to do this. And I quite like sort of it not being an equal pattern, sort of having areas of dark and areas of light. Okay, and I'm going to turn this around. You can use this as a template as well. Look how lovely that looks. Turn this around and do this side as well. There we go. So that is a beautiful coloured vellum doily now. How versatile is that? You can do it in any colour you want. So it's a great little tip. I'm going to need to allow that to dry a little bit before I handle it, otherwise I'm going to get the ink all over my fingers. Okay, so this is my dried doily. I did go over it again just to make it a little bit darker. You can probably see it better on there actually, can't you? And I just think it looks really effective. So next I'm going to cut out, probably going to use Highland Heather, this shape just here. This is from the Hippo and Friends die, again another die set that's retiring. So I'll cut that piece out there, which is going to form the main part of my backdrop, and also the vellum, and I'm going to score them across the centre. So I'm just going to get out my paper trimmer, because my paper trimmer has a scoring tool on. So I'm just going to find the halfway point for both of these, and I'm going to score. score along. So you can score the vellum as well. You can just see that line through there. And then I'm going to do the same on here. I'm going to find my halfway point and I'm going to score. There we go. You can see that one just there as well. Lovely. Okay, so I will get out my bone folder. So I'm just going to fold that in the center, and I'm going to do the same along with this one. So I'm going to have to be a bit more delicate with this because it's got plenty of holes in it. So I'm going to just do that because I don't want it to cut. So rather than using my bone folder. And then I have my effective piece just there. Looks good, doesn't it? So yeah, happy with that. Lovely. So I'm going to get my bag back out. And I think I'm going to start by gluing the back of this on the back of the bag. So I'll get out my glue. And I'm going to attach this to the back. So I know where the back is because the line that I have there is where I know my back is. So I'm just going to put this on like this. I'm just going to visualize where I think the center point is. So yeah, I think that's about equal. And then I'm just going to press it down, make sure it looks fine, take it away and press this down. So I've got it in place. Just moved a little bit, guys, so be careful with that. So I'm pressing the back down so it picks up the glue. Okay. That looks great. Okay, so now I'm going to get out a little bit of the glue to put on the back of the vellum just here. So I'll pop it, just dab it in a few different places just to help it stick. And I'm now going to stick this on the back as well. So I'm going to put this equal as I can. Put it down, that looks equal, and then I'll do the same on the back and I'll stick it down in those couple of places where I put glue. And again, I'll just secure that somewhere like that to make it stick, and I'll leave that to dry for a second. So I've got a magnetic closure, and these are the magnets that I use. So if I was gifting this to anyone with small children, I would not use these. I'd always use Velcro. So I'm going to peel off 2 of the batteries just there. And I'm going to get some glue dots. I'm going to stick a glue dot on the back of one of my batteries. Just like that. And then I'm going to take this off and I'm going to pop the battery on the top just here. So it's nice and central. And then I'm going to put this behind it to see where it picks up, and I'll put another glue dot on there. So I've just picked up my glue dot, pop it on here. Whoops, there we go. Close up my bag again and work out exactly where I want that glue dot to be. Press it down as firmly as I can and then try and ease it up, and then I'll put my finger inside and press down really firmly. And you can see that's there, and then I've got that one on the top just there. So now I can put my decoration on top of this to hide this top magnet. You could put a piece of paper, a disc piece of DSP there to cover that one as well if you wanted to, and that would be absolutely fine. You could glue that on top and it would still create this closure for you. So I'm going to use the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Again, I think these dies may be retiring, guys, so do check out the links below to my store to double check that. And I'm going to use this shape here, so the second largest of these, and I'm going to use that sentiment that I showed you all earlier, which is the wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. And I've stamped that in black just there. So now this should be stuck on here centrally. Now you could put some Stampin' Dimensionals on that if you wanted to. It's very much your choice, but I'm probably going to stick mine directly because I would like to get some good coverage over that magnet. So I need to leave the bottom slightly exposed because it's going to run off the bottom. So I've popped some of the multi-purpose liquid glue on, and I'm just going to work out where my center point is and stick it down. There we go. And I'll just lift that up to make sure I'm centered. And I'm going to press down for it to dry. Double check. Happy with that? Yeah. Lovely. So I'll press down while it dries. Make sure I've got a good pickup. That's good. Happy with that. So I'll just give that a second. Okay, so I've given that a moment to dry. You can see some of the vellum through there, but there's nothing much you can do about that. I think you can see that's happened here as well. So I am now going to decorate up my lovely card. So I've pre-die cut out these pieces with the pansy dies, and I'm just going to work out where I think I'm going to lay them. So I think I've got slightly less of these. I've got more of the bigger ones. So do I want a bigger one up there? Yeah, I think I do actually. So I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of here. I don't want to over glue them, so I know that it's going to be sticking more this side. So I'll just see if I can pop that on there, just like that. There we go. So I'll pop that one there, and then I'll stick this one just off the side here. I might have over glued that one a little bit, sorry. And I'll pop that under there because this is going to stay on the bag when it opens, and press it down. And I might pop a little leaf coming off the side just here as well. So this is the fun bit. This is the bit where you get to decorate this up as you would like it. So I'll just pop that one just there. Then I'm going to use a dimensional and pop one of the little ones just off this bottom corner. So I'm just going to pop this one just about here, I think, maybe there. Just a little bit lower. Just double check. Yep, the dimensional's free. You can't really see it, so that's fine. I'm happy with that there. And then I'll come down here a little bit more. So I'll stick some on, and then I will put the smaller ones up on dimensionals. So I think I'll stick this one just here. And then I'll put this little one on a dimensional down here. Just one in the centre. Like that. And I'll pop a leaf behind it, probably stuck down like that. And then I'll stick another one under here, I think. I'll probably put that on a dimensional as well. Give some texture to the whole piece then. Some depth. And I'm going to put this one a bit more like that. And stick some leaves as well. Just pop that one there. So I'm just going to lift this off and press on the inside here to make sure that these are stuck down. And I'm going to stick another leaf there as well. So then the pattern looks pretty pretty from both sides. There we go. So as you open it, you still have this beautiful pattern coming down the bag, and then as you close it, it sort of creates a lovely illusion. There we go, and I've got a couple of leaves spare, so I'll pop those back in to my case. So I'm just gonna, I'll pop these blocks behind it so it angles it a bit better for you to see on camera, because I would normally naturally be working on these as facing me, but obviously it's difficult to film that. So on this one here, I've used the Genial Gems, and I've used these ones here, and I thought they went really well. But on this one here, I'm going to use the last, I think, of my 2021-2023 in colour jewels to use. So I'll just open this up, and I'm going to obviously use the Fresh Freesia. That was it. So I'll pick a couple of those off, and we'll pop one down here, another one like that, I think. Oops, didn't want to come off that one. Stay on my sticky fingers instead. This one does not want to sit where I want it to sit. I think that's telling me something. Maybe I shouldn't put it there. There we go. No, I think it does look nice there. And then I'll pop another one up here. Okay, so these are my Pansy Petal Gift Bags. So I do hope that you like them. Try and pop them there so you can see them a bit better. Hopefully you can see them in shot. And I think these look really effective. Great way of using up the last of my DSP, my designer series paper. And I just think they look so sweet, and what a nice sentiment, wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. I just think that's fabulous. And you can fill them with all sorts of treats. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today's project. Tell me which colour you prefer. And in the comments below. I'm not sure which one I prefer. I actually really love them both. Naturally, I'm sort of edging more towards the purple, but actually the orange as well looks quite effective, doesn't it? So you let me know. I'd be interested to know which you prefer. If you are interested in purchasing any of the products and you do not have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I would be over the moon if you chose to shop with me. I've put my links below if you are interested. Always send out handmade cards with every order, and for qualifying orders, and if you use my host code, which you'll find on my website, I would send you out extra gifts as well. So, and all of my customers are so lovely, and they do often send me thank you notes as well, because they really appreciate the handmade gifts that I send out and the product that I send out to them as a thank you. So do consider that. But I'm going to say bye for now, guys, and happy crafting.